Y'all, I swear, some people are highly disturbed, and I don't even want to go and say mentally ill because I don't like using that term because I feel like when you use that term, it diminishes people who actually have an issue, who actually may be suffering from mental health illness. Meanwhile, you're just being an arsehole out here in these dirty streets doing whatever you want, and now I'm supposed to have some kind of sympathy for you because you may or may not be mentally ill and you're doing the action. It's like saying, well, the guy, he's mentally ill because, he robbed 20 banks and, he held 10 people up at gunpoint. He's mentally ill. No, you ain't. Okay. And just like you had the thing that happened up in Florida with the guy who went and shot those people. I think it was 3 people up in a Dollar General, black people, white dude who was ready, locked and loaded. Looked like he was probably going to shoot up the black campus. But he ended up going for the Dollar Tree and whatnot once the security guard spotted him. You look at something like that, for example, and it's like you could say, oh, he's mentally, but you only targeted black people. Well, why didn't you target your own people? You know what I mean? Not saying that you should, obviously, but why would you not do that instead? It's because you are conscious of what it is that you're doing. That's not a mental illness. That is you being an arsehole. And that is you over here wanting to have your supremacy. That's what it is. Okay. But let's get into this crazy story. Woman stabbed grandfather in face after he asked her to shower. Isn't it what the Christians say? Cleanliness is next to godliness and stuff like that. And you ain't taking a shower, girl. Let's get into it. A Louisiana woman is in jail after an argument about her hygiene habits turned into a knife fight. Detectives say Carrington Harris, a 22-year-old resident of Keithville, began arguing with her grandparents after they asked her to shower. The Caddo Parish Sheriff's Office said in a press release. The argument escalated, authorities said. Harris began damaging property inside the home and turning its power off. The woman's grandparents tried to restrain her, but she escaped their grip and ran to the kitchen. That's where she grabbed a knife, authorities said, and used it to stab her grandfather in the face. Y'all. Let's continue. After the tense exchange, Harris fled to the woods near the home. She was found there a few hours later, hiding behind a home, authorities say. First responders took Harris's grandfather to Willis Knighton South Hospital. As of the time of the press release, the sheriff's office said it had no update on how severe the man's injuries were or what his current status is. Harris is arrested and charged with 1 count of domestic abuse battery and 1 count of domestic abuse battery with a dangerous weapon. She's now in custody at the Caddo Correctional Center, and no bond has been set. Here's an image of her. Well, wouldn't this be attempted murder? Would this not be considered or consist of being attempted murder? You stabbed somebody, your grandfather of everybody, in the face with the knife, I'm assuming in an attempt to kill him. So why would this not then be, you stabbed him in the face. It's not like you stabbed him in the leg. Then it's like, fine, if you stabbed him in the leg, then you may say, okay, it's your domestic battery with the weapon. But you stabbed him in the face. Would that not give you attempted murder charges? It's not manslaughter. It would be murder at that point, right? Why would you not get an attempted murder charge? I'm happy that there's no bail because as we have been seeing, there's this constant thing, this influx of people committing all these crimes, getting bail, committing crimes, getting bail, coming out, committing the crimes, and it's just a rotated thing, So it's like I'm looking at this and I'm like, well, why would you not? I'm happy you didn't get a bail, but why again are you not getting what you should be getting, which is a charge of attempted murder? Y'all, you're 22 years old and you ain't taking showers. And I was reading some comments and someone actually said like, oh, well, that's a sign of mental health illness when you don't take showers and this and that and the third and da 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 da. And I disagree. Reason being is because I know people who did not shower regularly, and it was just because they didn't want to. Okay, so we could say that all we want, but I'm not gonna go and say like, oh, that person's mentally ill. Maybe you're depressed, maybe, but depression does not then give you the right to attempt, to try to attempt murder onto somebody. That doesn't give you the right to do that because you're sad, because you have a mood swing, or whatever you may want to consider to be in that retrospect. That doesn't give you the right to do that. So for me, I'm just like, I don't know if I'm gonna be buying that. But I'm also wondering, why are you living with your grandparents? Because you've seen a lot of these kind of cases where you have the person, they commit these horrendous crimes, and then they're just out, they're living with the grandparents and all this, and they popping off at the mouth and do it. Well, where are your parents at? Why were you not? And I mean, you're 22, okay? And if you're 22 and you're acting like that, that's a problem. You know what I mean? So I'm just curious, like, well, where were your parents at? Why were you not just living with them? If both parents are in the picture, whatever, you know what I mean? So that's also something else. I was like, I don't know. Okay. Yes. Happy that they got this lady. Wondering what is the status of the grandfather, because they said at the time of the press release that they did not know. So hopefully that he is good. I'm not sure. I mean, they said they, stabbed him in the face. I'm not sure how severe. Could it have been in the cheek? Could it have been something that really got all the way through, to the eye or something? I don't know. Hopefully he is in good spirits and is doing well. That's what I would hope so. But I'm happy that they got this fool. Hey, I greatly appreciate if you could support me. Simply go to ebay.com. In the search bar, type in Latrice Limited. Click on shops and then support me. I have a wide variety of items on there, many of my own personal Latrice Limited items such as candles, bath bomb soaps, essential oil blends, lingerie robes, so much stuff. I even have men's ties and comic books on there. Definitely support me and do not forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.